it's your girl Key. I'm back on another video, and today we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania. I really liked Raw, but there is something that I have to say. For the 50th time for Becky Lynch getting this title, she should have been at Raw. You know, y'all would have been on Roman's behind. No, I'm just playing. It's not comparable because he's never had that title, but still. I feel as if Becky Lynch should have been on Raw, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. Okay? Now, Obafemi, he came out just reminiscent to me of when Roman Reigns won his WrestleMania match, and he basically said, "It's my yard now." That was the aura, especially with him already trying to make moves and put Roman Reigns on his hit list. I mean, you haven't even been on Raw for a season, but you're already calling him one of the biggest players out there. You bad. You bad for sure. So I'm 100% into whatever program they're going to do for Obafemi, because I know it's going to be great. I think it is. It's not going to be Roman. Even after Jacob, it's not going to be Roman. It's not. I'm just gonna leave it there. I ain't gonna say nothing else, but I'm just gonna say that. Now, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky had a match between the Kabuki Warriors, and I will say that I am glad that Rhea is going to be on SmackDown. I believe they kind of needed a reason to put Rhea Ripley on SmackDown, and one of those reasons, and the biggest reason to get somebody on another show is a title. I mean, seeing that they want to live with the women's championship, it makes 100%. It makes 100% sense. I'm not confused on that. It just sucks that it happened at Jade Cargill's expense. And I'm glad that now finally Io Sky can kind of separate herself, because not finally, as in I was tired of the program they've been running, but we could have ran Io Sky versus Asuka. Okay, I'm sorry. We could have ran that for Mania, and because we wanted to do this still orc, you know, have them be tag team besties, all this good stuff, we had to take it at the, I'm not gonna say at the expense of, because who knows what's the behind the scenes things. So maybe now this is an opportunity for Io Sky to not be worried about her friend, not be worried about other people, but now she can focus on herself. Maybe. Honestly, I see that. You know, that could be the canonical reason on the things going on, that she was just worried about Rhea Ripley. Now, the Vision, when the Vision gonna get rid of Paul Heyman? Now, it's not because I don't dislike, this is not because I dislike Paul Heyman, but I think that they would just have a little bit more edge. There's a lot of assistance that they get from having Paul Heyman, though. Do not get me wrong. And they still need him, truth be told. They do. They still need him. Especially Logan Paul and freaking Austin Theory. Because for some reason, Logan Paul said, "We're still tag team champions. We retain." Sir, your titles were never on the line. Why would you not be tag team champions? There's no need for a reminder. I know who you are. I know that you did not. Your title was never endangered at Mania. So I was perplexed. And then I was like, oh gosh. It's okay, let him be. And then it's almost funny how, you know, he tries to be ironic by being like, oh, you know, I had to get Speed out here. He was an outsider. It's kind of funny. You know, he gets an easy pop out of me. But I don't know. I know that y'all are all happy for Austin Theory having a chance, having a room for spotlight, but I kind of miss old Austin Theory, okay? Kind of do. And not a lot of people can agree, but I kind of miss old Austin Theory. I mean, he's a pretty good guy. Now he's lame. Now he's friends with Logan Paul. You know, life is going downhill for him. I mean, and now he not only has the Usos to look after behind themselves, they now have the Street Profits on their tail, because Seth Rollins came out after Bronson Reed came out, because he ain't no punk, but he got punked because he got beat up. But the Street Profits came out to assist him for a little while, but that was more so to make level the playing fields, because they can't, they did they role. They can't help you if you're gonna get beat up by somebody. They not miracle workers now. They can't do nothing crazy for you. That's up to you. If you want to get your behind beat after the field is leveled, that's on you. That was on Seth. He got his behind beat. But I felt some joy in my heart when I saw the Street Profits, because I've been winning them on Raw. But now we have, like, I know a lot of people might disagree, but we have some of the best tag team players on Raw now. Got Street Profits, the Usos, and New Day. Like, that literally right there is, I think, the best tag teams they have there. I know Motor City Machine Guns, but no shade. Those three, give me a triple threat right now. Give me right now. Number one contenders. No, but that's a big money match right there. If we want to, I really think they need to build up their tag team division. So if they really wanted to, hey, they need to hook that one up real quick, just so I can see something. But Ethan Page trying to cut in line. But Ethan Page had a match between Javon Evans, because Javon was not taking none of that, and Javon did take all of that. Respectfully, he got behind beat. No, it wasn't that bad. It was distraction. Rusev was out there lurking, and Javon Evans ain't no punk, so he was trying to do two at once, and you can't do that. You can't do that all the time. Not with somebody like freaking Rusev. And I think bro forgot, and it ended up well for him. Penta tried to help him, but again, if the playing fields are level and you still get your behind beat, that's on you. That's what I'm Penta. So maybe we're gonna see a tag team match between the two later down the line. I told you guys, Penta gonna be seeing them guys again, and some of the biggest players, not biggest offense, the biggest threats to him are Rusev and Javon Evans, my personal opinion. CM Punk came out to talk about, his life, the loss, not just the loss of the title, but the loss in his personal life, and was very vulnerable with the audience, which I believe makes him one of one because of that. That is what gets his connection. But he's saying he's not going nowhere. He's not going to take a break. He's going to continue going on. And he don't feel like a loser. He may have lost, but he's not a loser. Even though Cody Rhodes came out and tried to make him feel like a loser, because he feels like a loser. Even though he won, he lost a friend. It's all about those friendships there. Even though you were the winner, you still lost. It's good. But Cody, I don't know. Cody Rhodes be coming out like, bro, this ain't your show. The first time you need to pop up, it needs to be on your show. Respect. Like, as a SmackDown fan, as an ex-SmackDown girly, I feel offended. We can't have nothing of our own SmackDown. Both of our champions decided to be at Raw before they were at SmackDown. I'm not feeling it. SmackDown, take your stand, SmackDown. Take your stance. And you lost to Street Profits too? And they're getting Ethan Page? Goodness. Can't have nothing. Not only that, Sol Ruka, she made an appearance, and I don't know if it's forever, but if it is, who the heck is going to be on SmackDown? Who is going to be on SmackDown? Sol Ruka came out amidst of Liv Morgan's celebration of being the Women's World Champion, and she was not going to be one of those people that got ran over because of just because you got Judgment Day don't mean you're going to make me feel, you're not going to scare me. So she stood up to the challenge. She lost that challenge, but, you're young. She's young. She's young. She'll Next time she'll know better. Stephanie Vaquera came out after that and made eyes on on Liv Morgan, so that tells me that they're not over with their feud. I want them to be if Stephanie doesn't get that title, because I just didn't like the fact that Liv won and then she won it uncleanly, even though I know she's a heel. I just feel for Stephanie a little bit now. I do kind of feel for her, just because Stephanie was hitting a place within me that I was like, oh, okay, girl, I really rock with you. Just for her to lose, I don't know. Didn't like that. But they also played a tribute to Brock Lesnar as he retired on Sunday after his match between Femi, which I believe was a nice touch because of the fact that, you know, not a lot of people thought that that was his last match going in, so for him to do that at the end was a bit of a surprise. I think that was a perfect moment to retire, truthfully. You know, do it on your own terms. Make that choice on your own, and as long as you're not made to by like medical reasons, retire whenever you want. You know, retire whenever you want. Just don't. That does not apply to a few people of my faiths. Okay, you gonna have to stay on long as till the wheels fall off. No, just play. Now, Roman Reigns made his appearance. Oh no, JD McDonough versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor came after JD because it was a little bit more personal than Dominic Mysterio, because Dom, he's an obvious dirty guy, but JD and him have much more richer history, and it came as a shock to me. But JD says, you know, he was no longer Finn Balor, he was no longer that guy, and I needed to get out of your shadow. And he didn't get out of his shadow because he lost, but hey, he's making a name for himself. I mean, the performance he gave on Sunday, I believe, opened a lot of people's eyes and showed what type of worker he is. So I am interested in seeing what he has next to show to us. Now, it's not beating Finn Balor, but it's going to be doing something. And Dominic, being as dirty as he is, came out to jump Finn Balor. So I guess he didn't learn his lesson. So I don't know when he will. Maybe he got to be dragged to the pits of hell for that to happen by Finn Balor or the demon. But we'll see. The main event was our World Heavyweight Champion coming out. Now, I was surprised he didn't mention none of the people that basically shot their shot, which was LA Knight and Gunther and Oba. I know everybody must be so excited for this new blood of Roman being champion, because you don't know what you're going to expect, and he's the marquee name. But when he came out, he asked the Usos to come with him, you know, and he was saying it's like old times and we need each other. If we're like this, nobody can do nothing. They're like this, and because they're like this, that's why Cameron called Jey Uso a Saturday WrestleMania. And honestly, I don't know if y'all was like this would have done anything about it, but hey, that's really up to Cameron. You know, I don't think Cameron a punk like that, so if that's how you felt, that's how you feel. But that's just my opinion. I do think there is a deeper level of coolness when they're together, a deeper level of safety and security that I think the WWE has. Generally, when a bloodline is working together, it's like, you know, you're in safe hands. You know, they're not police, they're basically the mafia, so you really shouldn't be in good hands, but that's how you feel. And weirdly enough, the Usos didn't fight against it. They were going to be down for it until Jacob Fatu comes out and shoots a shot against Roman, which was a bit of a surprise to me, considering the fact that, you know, we haven't seen him for so long. But I mean, if you're going to be a former world champion, why not go for the next thing and fight a world champion? So at Backlash, Jacob Fatu wants to fight Roman Reigns. Roman said, think about it, because I'll give you the shot. You just gotta think about what's gonna happen after. If you actually beat me, how would you be able to handle it? Jacob said, I want everything you got. It kind of sounded like he wanted to, like, he's gonna say, hey, I've been eyeing your stuff and I kind of want to rob you. Kinda. Don't leave your keys around me, because you might tempt me. Because he said, I want the shoes, I want the Rolex, I want the house, I want the private jet. Like, literally, like, almost keep your doors locked, bro. Might be family, but keep your doors locked. And honestly, I think that a lot of people are going to be conflicted on how to feel, but it's not a surprise to me that the Usos and Roman would be kind of, if they're not back to being the bloodline, they're going to be an association if they're if they're all on the same show. They're family. They can ignore each other, and their paths have crossed so many times. You can't expect them to ignore each other. It's like expecting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to ignore each other. That doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. It's like expecting the Bella Twins to ignore each other. That's not going to happen. It does not happen. So, what happens next is just up for a chance. I do want to see some old bloodline beatdowns. I can lie. Hearing that head of the table thing and the Golden Glove kind of got my heart pumping at a different level. But we're going to see what happens. Y'all let me know how you guys feel overall about their possible reunion, possible, like, hey, we back at it, like we never left. And how did you guys feel about the overall Raw? Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.